Well, in this video, we are going to discuss about Linux operating system and what is the advantage of Linux operating system, why we are using Linux operating system on IT industries, and how to install Linux operating system on VirtualBox, and how can we create EC2 instance, Linux operating system EC2 instance from AWS. Then how can we access these servers from putty? Okay. Then what's the Linux OS architecture and types of users which we have inside Linux operating system. Then OS file system hierarchy. Then finally, we will discuss about tab key, help of use of tab key, and some keyword shortcuts which will help us to make our day easy. Okay. And finally, we will discuss about history along with date and time command. Okay. So Linux operating system is an open source operating system. What is mean by this? Open source means this code is free. Okay, Linux operating system is free. You can take this Linux operating system and you can use it without any license. You no need to purchase anything. You no need to pay anything to anyone. You can directly take and you can utilize it. If you want to modify or if you want to add some features into this Linux operating system, yes, you can do it and you can create your own operating system. Okay, so that is what many companies or many versions you can see on the many flavors you can see in Linux operating system that we are going to discuss. But open source is nothing but this is free. It is not paid version. You can use this operating system or you can take and you can enhance this operating system, like add some features, add some securities, whatever you want, you can do it. Then you can utilize, you can use this for your project or in your organization, or you can sell to some other, you can share with some other peoples as well. Okay. So it is first it is released by Linus Torvald. He is the main hero. So Linus Torvald created this in 1991. Okay. Then this Linux operating system, it is used on various devices including personal computers, servers, embedded system, and even smartphones also we are using Linux operating system. Okay. But in our IT sectors, we are mainly using this on our servers. Okay, and Linux Linux is typically packaged as a Linux distribution, which includes the kernel along with system software and libraries. You know, every operating system it needs its library files and softwares. So here we are calling this kernel as heart of operating system. Okay, we will discuss more about kernel part when we will discuss about architecture. Next, as I said, you can take this Linux operating system, correct? You can take this Linux operating system which is in open source and you can modify, you can add it some future or you can add some enhancement you can do, and you can share with the people. You can share with free or you can share as a paid version as well. Okay, in that case, so here we have Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, Arch Linux, and CentOS missing here. So say, add CentOS as well, CentOS, and finally we have Red Hat Enterprise. So Red Hat Enterprise is one of the example for that. Red Hat Oracle team, what they did, they have taken Linux operating system open source and they added some features and security and they enhanced this Linux operating system. And now these Linux Red Hat Enterprise Linux RHEL, we are calling it as RHEL. So this is one of the major Linux operating system distributor, which means we our IT in IT sector we are buying Red Hat Enterprise Linux license for each and every server. Why we are going towards RHEL? Because This one, the RHEL Oracle team, they are maintaining security and futures, whatever they want, vulnerabilities, all those things they are maintaining. So we no need to go and check what are the new types of vulnerabilities coming in the world, in the sense in the web, okay, in the digital world. So all those will be taken care by Red Hat. Not only they are taking care of security, and they will give support as well to you if you want to install something on your operating system, or if you want to do anything on your operating system. Then if you need any help, then you can raise a ticket. You log a ticket with RHEL, that is Oracle, and they will support you. Okay, so RHEL is a paid version, and the other difference we have, for example, Ubuntu you can use, or you can use CentOS. So those are all you can take it from free. Okay, so you can download it and you can use it, no problem. But why people are moving towards RHEL, especially those who are using this Linux operating system on IT sector, correct? They will go with RHEL only. Why? Because security and futures and support only for three things. Okay, and the same, if you want to go with Windows operating system or Mac, what you have to do? You will not get any free this one, but there you have to pay. Correct? You have to pay and you get it. In Linux operating system also we are paying RHEL. Correct? Why they are then going towards RHEL? Why they are not going towards Windows and Mac OS? And here I would like to tell one thing. Many people are telling that Linux operating system are good and Windows operating systems are bad, or Windows are good, Linux is bad, something like that. But that is not the case in IT sector. So in IT sector, Linux operating system have its own advantage that cannot fulfill by Windows. Same like Windows operating system have its own advantage that cannot fulfill by Linux operating system. For example, in Windows, if you take AD, Active Directory, that is user management, that is very strong. So, and second, we could tell one more advantage is mail server, correct? So, mail server is taken care by Windows operating system. So, that is doing very well with compared to other operating system. Mm, what is the advantage of Linux operating system? Correct. So that also we need to discuss. So before discussing that, what we'll do, we'll take the comparison. So during the comparison itself, I'll tell you what is the advantage of Linux operating system. Okay. So mainly Linux operating system known for these three things: stability, security, and flexibility. What is mean by this? Why is this stability, security, flexibility is not available on Windows operating system or Mac? Yes, it is available, but stability and security and flexibility and performance, all these three will give good performance, correct? If any OS which have all these three, then it will give you good performance. Why? Because here Linux operating system you are using command line interface. See, two types of operating system we have. One is CLI, command line interface. Another one is graphical user interface, GUI. What is the difference between graphical user interface and CLI? I'll show you. Let me erase this. Okay. Now I'll take my I'll go to my C drive. Okay, I'll go to my C drive. So I'll keep like this. So inside the C drive, I'm going to the folder called Windows. Okay. See here, this is the path C:/Windows. Okay. So this is the path I can easily go via graphical user interface. What I did simply, I open C drive. So again, I'll go, I open C drive, and inside the C drive, I just double click on Windows folder. So it will open that Windows folder as well as it will list the folder which are available. Correct? Same, I'll go in command line interface by using CLI mode. Okay. So command line interface, sorry, CMD. Okay, if you type CMD, then it will come here. The same what I did via graphical user interface, the same thing I'm going to do via command line. Okay, see here. Now CD is for change directory. Currently, I'm standing on C user Windows, correct? but I want to go inside the C windows, correct? So I'll show you here first in GUI. Currently we are standing here. So C user windows. So whatever available VirtualBox, blah blah, all those things are there, correct? If you type dir, then all the informations are there. See here, VirtualBox is there, VirtualBox is there. 3D, contact, all those things are there, correct? Now, if I want to go to this path where you are inside the C drive, if you want to go to Windows, then you just you are using mouse. You are not using any keyboard, correct? If you want to go to that path, see here in the bottom, I'm trying to jump to this particular path. So C colon slash, and here you have Windows. Okay, so just I'm giving enter. So if you see here in this place, sorry. So if you see here in this place, I jump into C colon. Okay, C colon Windows, inside the Windows. Okay, now we'll see what is there inside the Windows, correct? So I'll run dir command. Okay, dir. So it will show you the directories. If you see here, uh, all the contents which is available inside the C drive, C Windows, correct? Inside whatever available, C add-ins are there, add-ins. So all these things, both are same file only, same directories only. Right side, you are using GUI mode. So just you are click by using mouse. Okay. And left side, you have command line interface. So CLI mode. Here, there is no mouse. There, you cannot use mouse. You can use mouse just to select all the copy and paste all those things. But here, click will not happen. You have to type the command. If you want to go inside the Windows directory, then you have to type this command. If you want to list the directory, then you have to do this command. But here see, in one single click itself, what it will do, one single click itself, it will enter into that folder, as well as it will list all the content which is available inside the directory. So this is the power of graphical user interface. And the left side, when you use CLI, you have to give the command. But then why we are using this command line? Why can't we directly go to graphical user interface? This question may come to you. Yes, there is some advantage. When you are click here, what will happen? Whenever you click on Windows directory, backend some macro programs will be running. Correct? When you click, see here, it will take some seconds and it will open it. Why? Because background some macro programming will be running. But here in left side, there is no intermediate between you and your operating system. So here some macro programming will be available between the user interaction and the kernel in the sense your heart of the OS, correct? So operating system. But here users directly speaking with kernel, so no one need it. Just here one shell will act as an interpreter between user command and convert the user command to kernel. That's it. But rest of the things, you no need anything, you no need any micro programmings or macro programmings to run between you and your operating system, correct? But in Windows it is not the case. So what happen, whenever you are double click, back and some program will macro program will run, it will open and it will show you. So here mainly we need to focus on the virus, correct? Virus or any malfunctions, if anyone want to inject, easily they can come via this macro or micro programmings which you are using extra here for graphical users. And second thing, here if you see how many icons, colors, all those things are there, correct? So all this will utilize your performance with compare to compare these two the two modes, performance very high on command line interface. Why? Because it is not utilizing much graphical user interface, which means graphics or colors all those things it is not using, but here it is using all these graphical part. So it, in performance wise, we could say command line interface is good. And next, security, as I said, here easily they can hack or they can inject viruses, but here they cannot do like that. Okay. Okay, so these many advantages. This is the advantage and disadvantage of CLI mode and graphical user mode. Okay, where normally we will use this graphical user interface. Graphical user interface we will use wherever end user using. Correct? Say for example, ATM machine. When you are using ATM machine, okay. So if you ask anyone to go and type the command for each and every action, the normally people will get irritated, correct? So instead of, if you just ask them to, okay, just put your card, then in the display it will ask you which type of transaction you are going to do, then it will ask pin number. After that, it will, if your pin number is correct, then all your transaction will start, correct? So wherever user interacting directly, though those places, they will use Windows operating system, correct? Wherever the data storing and processing, the data storing and processing, in that place Linux operating system will be used. Why? The storing and operation should be speed, and no one should hack, and it should be more flexible, and performance wise it should be speed. So that is why in the back end they will use Linux operating system. Front end they will use Windows operating system, where user directly interacting. Okay. Now we will see what is the comparison between Windows and Linux operating system. So whatever we have said, that is what uh, we are going to discuss more. So key difference between Linux and the Windows operating system. Whatever I said, same kind of informations will be available here. Let me explain you how can we install Linux operating system via EC2 instance as well as VirtualBox. First we'll go towards VirtualBox. Okay, then we will go to EC2 instance. Let me minimize it, and I'll open two tabs I have here. Okay, so first directly go to your Google. Okay, so I'm here. I'm downloading CentOS. See, instead of RHEL, I'm going to use CentOS operating system. Okay, CentOS and RHEL both are tightly coupled, which means CentOS, before introducing any feature, first they will introduce as a CentOS. Okay, they will introduce those feature in CentOS. Then people will download and they will use for free. If they have any issues, then easily they will come and they will check in Google, and they will go and check in the forum. So all this information they will collect. Finally they will create, or they will make, or they will keep on enhance their Red Hat RHEL operating system. Finally they will release to their customer. Why? Because RHEL is paid version, the CentOS is free version. For testing purpose or for practicing, we will go towards CentOS itself. Click on download. Okay. When you click on download, here you have 10 and 9. I'm going with RHL CentOS 9. Okay. And here I'm my uh, computer is, my laptop is 86 underscore 64. If yours is ARM 64, then download this mirror. And here we are going to download ISO. Okay, not RPMs or cloud or container. We are going to download ISOs. So in this class we are going to see how can we download ISO and how can we install ISO via ISO image, correct? And let me click on this. When I click all here, this one is starting. Okay, the download will start, but it will take some time. Actually I already downloaded, I have this CentOS ISO image, so I don't want to waste my time here, so I'll cancel it. Okay, then next one more thing you need, that is we need to install VirtualBox. Okay, VirtualBox download. If you give VirtualBox download, so you will have Oracle VirtualBox. This is free. Okay, you no need to pay any license, so you can download this VirtualBox. If you come here, you have Windows host. I'm going to download for my Windows host. If you are using Mac OS, then download for Mac. Okay, so I download. So one download in progress. Okay, directly I will install by double clicking on it, or else you go to download folder. From there you can start installing. See, it will ask me, do you want to allow this app? Yes, I'm allowing. Please download, install it. So installation is starting. So it is asking next. I accept the terms and license. If you want, you read all this license part. Then next, it is telling warning, no issues. Proceed, download. Next, next. Okay. So it is started installing. Okay. So I'll finish and I'll start VirtualBox 7.1. See, in your laptop, if VirtualBox 7.1 is not installed, then you come down, and here you have previous versions and release. You try with older builds as well if it is not working. Okay. So now what I'll do, I'll open my VirtualBox. So it will be look like this only. So already I created one machine, so it is showing me. So what I'll do, I'll remove that. Um, so click on machine, remove. Okay, delete all files. So it will be look like this only whenever after your installation, when you open Oracle VirtualBox Manager. So this icon will become on your desktop, correct? See here, if you double click on this icon, then this will open. So now I'm going to create new machine. So my new machine, something I'm going to give my Linux, something like this. Okay, my Linux. The moment if you see, when you type Linux, okay, when you type, if you type Windows, then here all the type, all those things will be selected like Windows. The same time, when you type Linux, then it will come all these things, Linux types. Okay, so it is nothing but just it is preparing to install, create your machine. That's it. But you can, if you want, you can manually, you can come and change as well. Okay, so just I'm giving linux underscore server. Okay, you can give whatever name. If you want, you can give your name as well, no issues. Here I'm not going to select ISO image right now, I'll select later. Then unattended install something, it is asking, I don't want to go all these things. And hardware, this is important. See, in my laptop, I have 16 GB memory I have. So that I'm going to use 2048. Okay, so that my installation process will be, um, it will be very quick if you use highest RAM, correct? So I'm going to use 2 GB RAM. Okay, if you have, because I have totally 16 GB RAM I have. If in your laptop, if you have 4 GB RAM, then good, don't go with 2 GB, try to go, give 1 GB. Okay, or 2 GB, try with the 2 GB. If it is not working, then reduce the memory. Okay, say for example, if you have 32 GB RAM, then you go with 4 GB also. Now also I can go 4 GB, but let me go with 2 GB itself. Okay, then CPU core is only one CPU core. And hard disk, if I take hard disk, it is 8 GB, it is there by default 8 GB. But for RHL 9 and all, that is CentOS 9 and all, you have to give 20 GB. Okay, 8 GB is not enough. Okay, so I'll select 20 GB. And here whatever this hardware, RAM and the disk, whatever you are taking, no, it is going to take from your laptop. Okay, in your C drive, if you have a 200 GB hard disk or 500 GB hard disk, this 20 GB is taking from that 500 GB only. And from where it will take, so this is the path inside the C user Windows VirtualBox blah blah blah, all those, this is the path. Going forward, whenever you are deleting machine, you have to delete this file also. Then only your free space will be available inside your C drive or D drive. Okay, if you don't delete this path and directly you delete from VirtualBox, then just it will remove it, but backend files will be there. Unnecessarily it will store unwanted storage will be available there, correct? Utilization will be there. So that is why whenever you are deleting your machine from manager, you go and delete that particular file from here. Or else, while deleting, it will ask. Now, just now I deleted, correct, my machine. While deleting, it will ask only machine or all the files. You select all the files, and for cross verification, you go and check whether that file is available or not. Okay. Now I'll give finish. Okay. So my Linux server machine has created. It is new raw machine. See here 2 GB RAM and 20 GB hard disk which we selected. Um, there is the part here 20 GB hard disk. So I created a machine like some years before. For example, 10 years before, if you go and purchase laptop, they will give a raw laptop. On top of it, you have to install the operating system. Correct. So like that, this is a raw machine. There is no sorry, there is no operating system inside the server. So now we are going to install the operating system on the server. So to install the operating system, normally in your laptops, how you will install operating system? You should have a DVD player, inbuilt DVD player, or else you will connect external DVD player. Inside the DVD player you will put a CD or DVD, correct? And from there you will boot and you will install the operating system, correct? Same here. All are virtual here. I have not connected any virtual any physical DVD player, or I'm not going to use my inbuilt DVD player. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use virtual DVD player. See here, if you select this, all the properties of the server will show here. Okay, so if you go system 2048, after you create this machine also, you can reduce or you can increase the RAM from here. Okay, now I'm going towards this one, storage. Okay, if you see two types of storage we have: ide in SATA. You know that SATA is nothing but this is for hard disk, and ide, this is empty. As of now, this is empty directory is empty is there. This is what my DVD player. Okay, this is what my DVD player. Now I'm going to add, I'm going to choose my DVD. Okay, so already I have here, or else you can choose from here also. Okay, if you click on choose virtual optical disk, or choose a disk file, you can select ISO images. Okay, let me choose from disk file. Okay, if you choose from disk file, it will take you to that your C drive. It will take you, go to download spot and you select where you stored, correct? Whenever you download, automatically it will go to download only. Okay, C drive, inside the C drive you can go and select your from your downloads. Okay, I selected. So now if you see, my DVD has been attached. Before it was empty DVD. Now I added the bootable CD. This bootable CD is nothing but we downloaded ISO image from the CentOS web portal, correct? So that is what ISO image. That ISO image only I call it here DVD. Okay, so that ISO image I have added here. Okay, now I click on OK. Finally, I'll start my machine. Now, whenever I'm starting this machine, it will go and try to boot my CD player. First, it will go and check inside your hard disk. Okay, that also I'll show you very quickly. Now I'm going to just remove this. Okay, so I'll go and I'll remove from the disk. Now nothing is there, correct? This is empty, and here I have one empty hard disk I have. Now let me start this operating system, or start this machine, not operating system. Let me start this operating system. So what it will say? It will say there is no bootable device. Why? Because first it will go and check in your hard disk. If there is no bootable file, then it will go and check on your DVD. In DVD also there is no bootable file. Then it is asking that it will tell you that no bootable found. Okay, so there is no OS and there is no DVD as well. Correct. So what I'm going to is what I'm going to do? I'm going to attach my DVD and I'm going to start now. Okay, so again I'll go storage, empty is there in my DVD player. So I'm going and I'm choose disk file. I'm choosing I just added. Okay, I told, correct, by default 8 GB will take, but for this 9 image it need at least 12 GB. So that is why by default if you select 8 GB, then you cannot install it here. So click on OK. Then I'll start it. Now what it will do? First, it will directly go and check in this 20 GB hard disk there is any bootable file is there or not. If that is not there, then it will come to DVD. Then it will try to load from DVD. See, this is loading from DVD. Click inside. Without clicking, it will not work. Click inside. Then you use your mouse will not use work here inside. So you have to use your keyboard. Use up and down arrow. So if you use up and down arrow, so it will go. The cursor will go up and down. Okay. The white color wherever you are seeing, that is what your current selection. So I'm going to select install CentOS. Okay, first option. If you select second option, what will happen? It will directly boot the operating system from CD itself. It will not store anything on your hard disk. Okay, this is whenever you want to test it. Just you want to test purpose. If you want to do one time, just this ISO image is good or not, like that. If you want to test it, you can use the second option. But here we are going to install complete installation on hard disk. So I'll select first option, press enter. So installation will start. So what happening now? It is loading all the files from DVD, that is ISO image, loading all the files from ISO image. Then it will load into memory, that is RAM memory. After that, it will start installing on your hard disk. Okay. So before installing on hard disk, it will ask some information that we need to provide. Okay. Let us see what are the informations it will ask and what we need to select. See, it is asking language, correct? It's asking language, Hindi or English, whatever you want. But I'm going with English. So I'll select English. Here inside you can use mouse. Okay. So this right side I'm going to use keyboard. Is I'm going keyboard. I'm going to use United States. Or if you want anything else, you can select it. And if you come here, I'll expand it. Okay. If you come here, it'll two options we have, quit or continue. I'm going to select continue. Okay, so this is very much important in system installation destination. It is asking install, click on 20 GB. Okay, click on 20 GB and click on done. So what it will happen, it will select that, and automation partition will be happen automatically. What is partition, all those things I'll let you know, but automatic partition it will select by default. And this also very much important. If you see, this is what the software selection, that is OS selection. Okay, before that we selected disk where this OS need to be installed, but now which type of OS, because we have two types of OS, correct? GUI and CLI. So I don't want GUI method. In Linux also we have GUI, but we don't recommend, and in IT sector also no one using GUI. Okay, all will go with CLI only. CLI in the sense normal server. Okay, here we have minimal install also, but in minimal install very few packages will be available, quickly install, but only basics will be available. Many package will be not available, so that is not suitable for us. So I'm selecting server. In right hand side, if you see, here we have many features or many softwares. For example, if you want to use this software for mail, then you can use for web server. If you are going to use this for web server, you no need to install web related packages after installation, correct? So if you select here a basic, correct, what will happen? Basic web server. So basics, what the package which is used for basic web server, all the package will be installed during the first installation itself. You no need to again you go and install separate package, all those things, correct? Same like I said, if you want to use, if you are going to use this server as a mail server, then if you select this, mail server related packages also install along with basic operating system. Now I'm not going to select anything here. I need a just a raw server to work on operating system only, correct? I'm not going to work on any application as of now. If I need anything later, I will install those packages. Click on done. Then here kdump. Okay, if you see kdump, what is kdump? If you hear, you might hear that in flights and all we have a block box, correct? Something like that, black box. So by using that, what we can do, before, if flight is crashing, if flight is completely crashed, so by using that, in that black box, all the informations, that last moment what happened, all the informations, it will be stored. So due to that, you can easily come to know, is this problem from engine, or problem from anything else, or these informations you can easily identify, and you can come to know the conclusion. So now I'm not going to use this kdump, so I just disable it. Okay, now we'll move towards the timing is okay. It is my local time. Security profile I don't want. If you want, you can create root password. 1 2 3 4 5. I'm giving 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Here it is showing the password is too short. If you okay with this short password, click done 2 times. Okay, I click done 2 times. So what happened here? It is created. Okay, if you want to create any new user, you can create inside, or you can create here as well. But I'm not going to create here. Once we log in, then we will create one normal user and we will access from there. Okay. Now I'll give begin installation. Installation will start. It will take some time to complete the installation. The installation speed will be depends on your RAM selection. Okay. Hard disk by default 20 GB you are going to select. But here, if you are using your installation, your RAM is 1 GB, then it will be a bit slow. If you are using 2 GB, then quite high. If you are using 4 GB, then it is super fast. Okay, it will take some time. Okay, meanwhile I'll pause my video. Okay, now it's installed completely. So it took me 15 minutes. Okay, it may take more than 15 minutes to you, or less than 15 minutes. Now I'm going to reboot the server. Okay, so let me reboot. When I reboot this Linux box, let me open the console. Okay, so in VirtualBox console, it is running. If you don't know where to take console, just come here, click here. So this is for when you click double time, then this console will open. Okay, so I opened Linux console. See, it is asking login. So what credentials we could use? Already we set credential for root during installation, root, and my password 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so see here, I'm able to log in. Okay, I'm able to log in. This is what the how quickly it's login. See how the restart, when I click restart, it is restarted very quickly, and whenever you're giving your credential, quickly it is login. So how it is happening? Because there is no extra programs. This is what we are saying. Linux is more speed than Windows. Okay. Now I'm going to add one user to log in from outside. We try user add. Just I'm giving some name. For example, Apple. I'll give Apple. You don't want to give a same username also itself. You give some different username. You can give your own name. Okay. And when we are going to discuss about user management, during the time I'll explain you all about how can we create user, and what are the parameters, all those things. But as of now, just I'm giving simple command user add. Okay, user add space, you give whatever username you want. Okay, inside mouse will not work. Even though sometimes inside mouse is there, it will not come out. During the time, right side control button if you press, then it will come out. Okay, then I'll give enter. So user add. So we'll check whether this user is created or not. For that we have command id apple. When you give that username, so now see, this user has been created, one group also created. Okay, we'll discuss all these parameter later. Now I'm going to set the password. In Windows, without password, if you create any user, if you want to log in via that user, it will log in, correct, without password. But in Linux, that will not happen. Okay, you have to set the password. Without password, you cannot log in from outside. Even though if you don't set any password, you cannot log in from outside. Okay, so for that, I'm using the command passwd, and which user on for which user I want to set password, that is Apple. So it is asking password, same password I'm giving 123 I'm giving, and retype new password 123 I'm giving. Okay, so password has been updated. Okay, now I created one user and I set the password. That is simple. Okay, by using command, what I did, I create one user, I check whether user is created or not, then I create a password. That's it. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll try to access from putty. Okay, that is what our final destination, correct. I'll open putty. I'll open putty. What is the password of this server? Sorry, what is the IP address of the server? For that, to check that, we have to type IP space addr. So here you will find the IP address. Let me highlight. So here, if you see, this is what my IP in it, correct? So what is the IP address? 10.0.2.15. Okay, 10.0.2.15. We'll go and we will check. We'll try to access from here. 10.0.2.15. Okay, when you're trying to access, what it will say, it will not connect. Why it will not connect? Why it is not connecting? In the sense, your laptop, you are accessing from your laptop, correct? This putty you are accessing from your laptop. What is the IP address of your laptop? Okay, go to, see, network error, connection timeout is coming, which means you are not able to connect with this server via your laptop putty. Okay, why? Because, let me check what is the IP address of my laptop. I open, I connected Wi-Fi, and I go to this Wi-Fi and coming here. See here, what is my Wi-Fi IP address? It is taken. It is taken 192.168.0.172. Okay, so 192.168.0 is different network, and 10 series whatever coming, that is different network. So my laptop and my virtual machine, that is available inside my Oracle VirtualBox, correct? So my laptop and the Linux machine's IP address both are in different network. So due to that, I'm not able to access. My laptop is not communicating with this machine. So for that, what we can do, we will do one small changes in our Linux VirtualBox so that easily we could access it. What changes we could do? Open your Linux VirtualBox. Okay, come here, settings. Okay, then open your VirtualBox and select this server. Okay, only one server I have, so if you have multiple server, then you have to first select this server, then come to settings, and here you go with network, click on network. Here NAT is there, correct? For in NAT you change the name into bridge adapter. Okay, click on OK. Now I'll go and I'll check what is the IP address. So if you see, my IP address not changed. Okay, let me restart the server so that it will change. Okay, now if I want to come out from this, because my cursor, see here, it is not coming. Okay, it is coming out, no problem. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to restart it. So click on machine, I'll go to restart, or I can go and restart from here also in the Oracle VirtualBox as well. What is the command to restart? See here in the last line, I'm going to use init space 6. If you give init space 6, then your server will be restarted. See here, your server is restarting. If you are not able to see the console, you double click here, then this console will open. This one we call it as console. Okay, okay, now I'm able to log in. Shall we try with a new user which we created? Before we created with Apple, correct? Now I'm go with sorry, yeah, before we created Apple, before we logged in via root user, now I'm going to log in via Apple user. The password I gave 123. So I typed. So here password will not visible to you for security reason. Okay, you have to directly enter that password and you have to hit password will not visible here. See here, now I'm logging as a Apple user. How I can come to know I'm logging as a Apple user? If you see here, here apple Apple name is coming, correct? So this is how we can come to know. And many comments are there. By using that also we can come to know I'm logging as which user. But I logged in as a Apple user. I'll run IP space addr. You have to click inside, then only it will come. Okay, so if you see what is my IP address here, it is taken 192.168.0.195. If you see in this line, it is taken 192.168.0.195. Now I'll open my putty. Where is my putty? This one, correct? So I'll start new session. I'll create new session. I'll close that older session. What is the IP address? New IP address 192.168.0.195. Okay, see, now I'm able to access via putty. So I'll give here my new user Apple and password. So I'm able to log in. Okay, so why we are preferring putty? Because putty is more flexible than this console. Okay, console you cannot copy and paste all those things, and from putty you can do copy paste all those things, it will do. So it will be more flexible. So this is how you can log in, and sorry, this is how you can install operating system, Linux operating system on virtual machines, and you can create your servers. So VirtualBox is nothing but it is a virtual box manager on top of your operating system, the main operating system which is available on your laptop. On top of it, you are installing VirtualBox. Inside the VirtualBox, you can create multiple machines. Like you may heard about VMware, correct? VMware is nothing but same. VMware also working like that, but VMware have advanced features and security. But this is, we could say small VMware. Okay, so in your organization, what they are using on top of your on top of the operating system, they will use the VMware. Inside the VMware, what they will use many machines they will install. You can install not only Linux server, even though you can install Windows servers as well, Ubuntu server, whatever you want. You create machines. There you will get basic resources like CPU, RAM, all those things. On top of it, you could install your own operating system. Okay, so so this is what this is how we could install and we could access. Now we will move and we'll see how we can create EC2 instance and we could access the EC2 instance via putty. Okay.